And they're off and racing. 2 miles, 5 furlongs, the Ballymore Novices Hurdle race with 10 to jump. And Hermes Allen adopting those tactics that served him so well at Stratford. He jumped the first really well. First flight in public was jumped by Weveallbeencaught, and it caught him out really. He stuttered into it, and he did not jump it fluently. Indeed, lost 3 or 4 lengths. Coming towards the second, Hermes Allen, very good indeed at flight number 2. And in fairness to Weveallbeencaught, he was better there in 4th place. In second early is Music Drive. Hubrisko is in 3rd place with Weveallbeencaught in 4th towards the outside. Collector's Item just in behind him. Getaway Drumley next, and Quid Pro Quo held up last of all. Harry Cobden then searching tactics here on Hermes Allen in the early stages of the Ballymore Novices Hurdle race. Hermes Allen 2.5 lengths clear as they round the top turn. Sits in front from Music Drive in 2nd place. Hubrisko in 3rd. Close 4th is Weveallbeencaught. In 5th place is the Hereford winner Getaway Drumley. Collector's Item, who won at Chepstow on hurdling debut, came from off the pace then to win well. He's back in 6th place, and Quid Pro Quo with him at the back end of the field. That was flight number 3. They clear away from it nicely, and Hermes Allen continues to lead. Just might have steadied the tempo a little bit here on Hermes Allen, but he's still comfortably out on his own with a 2.5 length lead over Music Drive in 2nd. Hubrisko and Weveallbeencaught toward the outside. Getaway Drumley racing next as they approach flight number 4. To his outside, Collector's Item, and Quid Pro Quo, the back marker still. So Hermes Allen in towards the next flight. Measured it beautifully again. Very, very accurate jumping from our leader early on here. Rounding the bend now with a circuit to go. An absorbing Ballymore Novice Hurdle race moves now towards flight number 5 of the 10. Hermes Allen by 3 lengths to Music Drive in 2nd place. Weveallbeencaught has settled into the race nicely after that alarm at the first. Hubrisko's with him to the inside. Then another small break to Getaway Drumley, who's sitting there on the inside and just ahead of Collector's Item. And Quid Pro Quo, still the back of the field, still last, but still very much in it as they come towards the next flight. Hermes Allen, just love his technique. Their Collector's Item, not very clever at the back of the field. He made a mistake. Hermes Allen just starting to lengthen his stride a little bit up the hill. Pursued by Music Drive. Weveallbeencaught there towards the outside of Hubrisko. Both very much there, 3rd and 4th. Getaway Drumley's 5th, Collector's Item next, and then Quid Pro Quo as they race towards flight number 6. And the leader is still Hermes Allen, and he's still 3 in front. Next flight, flicked through the top of it, but again he just took it in his stride. Hermes Allen in 2nd place, Music Drive. To the wide outside, Weveallbeencaught just ahead of Hubrisko. Then Getaway Drumley as they race towards the top of the hill. Collector's Item still 2nd last, and Quid Pro Quo still the back marker. Hermes Allen jumped that one beautifully again. It's impossible to fault his jumping. He leads here from Music Drive. Weveallbeencaught, hurdling debut, don't forget, there in 3rd place. Just ahead of Hubrisko. Then Getaway Drumley another length and a half further back with Collector's Item. And Quid Pro Quo still watches on from the back of the field. He's 6 lengths off the leader, who now freewheels down the hill. So they've got 3 more flights of hurdles left to take here. Hermes Allen leading, his lead slightly reduced. Music Drive in 2nd place, but he's so slick at his hurdles. Hubrisko's gone 3rd, as now Weveallbeencaught just gets a little bit tap for toe. Another gap to Getaway Drumley in company with Quid Pro Quo, and Collector's Item is now a long way back. 2nd last flight of hurdles. Hermes Allen through the top of that one, but fine. Led from Music Drive. Hubrisko there, trying to chase this leader down, and these 3 have quickly gone on from Weveallbeencaught back in 4th place. Hermes Allen, can he go again? Coming round the home turn to the final flight of hurdles. He's got Music Drive and Hubrisko at it now, with Weveallbeencaught in 4th. Hermes Allen over the last. He jumped it well, just like he did all the other hurdles. He's now powering up the hill. Hermes Allen from Music Drive Weveallbeencaught's rallying well in third place. He's catching the eye, staying on strongly. But this day was all about Hermes Allen, and Cheltenham perhaps witnesses the beginning of another fabulous career. Hermes Allen led all the way, jumped brilliantly, and won ever so well from Music Drive, and we've all been caught.
Seems like Paul Nicholls is being interviewed every day. That's a sign of how well he is going. An unstoppable strike rate, and now a really good young horse in Hermes Allen. That must have been very satisfying.
Yeah, it was very satisfying. He's done nothing but surprise us. Before Stratford, he hadn't shown us a great... In fact, after Ada Murphy bought him for John and the guys, we didn't do anything with him in the spring because he was quite backward. And then when he came back, he was okay, but he didn't sort of set the water light at home. So we sent him to Stratford, sort of praying that he'd go and win and tell us something. And he won as he wanted. And Bryony actually said, he's green jumping and everything, but he's obviously a smart horse. And he took a huge step forward from Stratford to here today. And we'd seen that. We just wanted to see it on the track, which was really pleasing.
Certainly in terms of the professionalism that he showed, his jumping and the fact he was able to make his own running.
He's very laid back. He obviously stays 3 miles. He jumps well, so it's the best place to be, really. And we were always going to pop out in front and try and use that as jumping and hope he galloped on up the hill like he did.
Now, I realise they might not be Willie Mullins' and Gordon Elliott's best, but it's nice to have them behind you, isn't it?
Of course it is. And, it might not be, there'll be obviously some much better horses come out during the season, but he's put his own marker down, and he'd probably suggest to us that he'll be good enough to run at the festival. If not this year over hurdles, definitely when he jumps a fence next year.
You see him as that ultimately?
That's his future ultimately, yeah. He'll be that's what they bought him for, and he'll be a really exciting chaser.
And how do you plot your way to the festival?
I mean, I always like running one of our better ones in the Challow at Newbury over Christmas. So at the moment, he's probably top of the list, so that could be a good race, but nothing's set in stone.
And come the festival, are you seeing him as a 2 mile 5 or a 3 miler? Would he get an entry in both?
He'd probably get an entry in both. If the ground was good, I'd say he'd probably be more effective over 3. If the ground was on the slower side, you could drop him back in trip. But a lot of water under the bridge before then, and he'll tell us a lot more.
Now, Harry Cobden was on board Hermes Allen in the Grade 2 that we have just seen, and that was a really good performance. Talk me through it from your perspective.
Yeah, well, obviously there was no pace at the start, so he made the running last time, so I thought we made plenty of use of him, and a nice even gallop, and jumped very well. He was quite quick and accurate, and sort of ran down to second last. He was a bit deep there, but he sort of changed his legs off the bend, and he quickened away really nicely. So it's good to have a nice horse again, isn't it?
That's what he's feeling. You're excited by what he did?
Yeah, I mean, in the last sort of couple of years, we've come here and we've had sort of places, but we haven't had one do that for a while, have we? And I think now we're in a stage where we've got probably the best team of young horses we've ever had. Thank you, John. And it's just very exciting.
You're in incredible form, aren't you and Paul, at the moment? Everything you touch, you win with.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going through a little purple patch. I say we're just going through it. It's happened since the first week of November, isn't it? But hopefully it continues and they stay in that sort of form. But it's great all round. All the staff are in fantastic form back at home. We're churning out all these winners. So hopefully the owners will keep going and keep spending some money to replace them.
Now, obviously, you've got lots of good rides over the weekend. I'm just going to pick out 2. Monmirel on Chase Debut. You must be looking forward to him.
Yeah, very much so. Delighted that he didn't go chasing last year. He seems in fantastic form at home. He schooled well, which is the main thing. So very much looking forward to him.
He looks like the kind of horse who'll be better as a chaser, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And he's a bigger, stronger horse this year as well. So I think Paul's certainly made the right decision. Just give him a bit of time and go chasing as a 5-year-old.
Will the ground be okay for him?
Should be. I mean, I thought the ground was fine there. It was pretty even. Just whether they water tonight. I'm actually probably a little bit against the watering tonight because I think it goes a bit patchy, doesn't it? And it might go to soup, a little bit soupy if it dries out. And I don't know. I wouldn't want to be clerk of the course. I know that anyway.
I'll ask John Pullen later because it was in the back of his mind about whether to water or not, so I'll find out. Il Ridotto in the Paddy Power.
Yeah, the one I'm most excited about tomorrow. I think he's off a good mark. Paul has trained him for the race. He's very, very fit and he's ready to go. He was great at Newbury last year, first time out for us, and then he sort of probably just... He was in those top class races, as a 4-year-old, and I know he's getting weight off the older horses, but it's a tough sort of challenge for them. So He's had a wind up over the summer, and I'm certain he's improved. So I am looking forward to him.
Okay, well, very best of luck tomorrow. Congratulations here. I hope your good run continues.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.